Okay, refreshed. Finally, it worked. Okay, I was like taking forever. Sorry, guys. I'm like, I can't believe I'm 10 minutes late. More than 10 minutes. I'm so sorry about that. Okay. Sorry about that. Oh my God. Okay, I'm so sorry. Okay. So, okay. So I'm back. Hello. So guys, okay, I'm so sorry. Okay. Okay. So, oh my God. Hello. So I'm happy you can chat with each other. So, okay, guys. So, wow, Another day, another wonderful times at Gaslight Incorporated. So, okay, guys. So let me go back here to questions. So, by the way, Vicky asked about the earrings, guys. I'm not paid to say this really, but I get my earrings, very cheap at Forever 21, pretty much all of them. So if you're interested in earrings, Forever 21 is the place. It's because I realized, I don't know when, that earrings, you need something to pop. I don't wear earrings as much in like real life because it's too much. But but anyway, so this is it, okay? So it's probably like $9.99 or something. This one is expensive, $9, $10 or whatever. Okay. So anyway, so let's get started because here I am very, very late. So guys, what about the Paris trip, huh? Paris trip. It's going great. So, okay guys, Paris trip here. So, oh my God, did you see the image of Trump? There was this great image. It's from behind. The angle is from behind of Putin's head, and there's Putin, there's Merkel, and Macron. They're looking, and they all have interesting faces. And Trump was like, "Hey," and Merkel's like, and the same. She's very like, Yeah. So, oh my God, yeah. So good. All right, guys. So let's get started. So I'm just thinking here, okay? Sorry. Oh my God. It's so weird. Okay, I click on it and it shows me. So just making sure I have all the questions here just to see the thread of questions. So let's say the Paris events are the Republicans, right there in Paris. And then see, I feel like, the other question I had, do these leaders know that Trump is going down? Because I feel like, guys, I'm sure they know, the intelligence tells them, they know, it's on news, like, oh, Trump, really? He does what Putin says? Really? No, right? So they know, that's obvious, right? It's very clear to everybody. But do they know? Have they been notified if something's going to happen? I'm just interested. Do they know? Okay. So that's number one. Okay. Then the other question, which I think is very interesting, it's obvious, guys, that the French intelligence services are going to record the meeting. Yeah, everything bugged. Yeah. So what are they going to learn? What are they going to know? Huh? What will the intel services find out, okay, about this weekend? Yeah, about the oh my God, the umbrella situation. I can't even. I've already forgotten it. It's so disgusting. Yesterday, oh my God. No, I don't go. Hair is wet. Don't get hair wet. No, for me. No, thank you. An umbrella doesn't work for him. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, so what will the intelligence services find out about this meeting? Okay. All right. So that's very. Anything else, guys? Somebody mentioned about the Tom Barrack plane over. if there's any questions related to Paris, I feel like we should ask today, because it's going to be, I feel like tomorrow is going to be a whole other, soap opera situation. So let me know, okay, if there's anything I'm missing here about just finalizing the Paris meeting. I don't know when he comes back, by the way, but I'm trying to think. Okay. That's another, yeah, no. So, okay, so then, all right. I think we have it for now, at least. And then as I had said before, Tom Barrack, okay, flying to Paris. Tom Barrack. Sorry. And I've said before, guys, I believe Tom Barrack is connected to two things about Tom Barrack. I believe he's already talking to Mueller for one thing. And the second thing, guys, this is important, okay? There was a reading on him. I think I never made public on YouTube. I have to find it. It's one of the, I think it's pretty old, because nobody really knows, unless you're like crazy like me, have a look from. A lot of people don't even know who this guy is. So I had done a reading on him, and he showed the young girls. I think he's also a pedophile. Okay, so I wonder, this is the thing. Okay, so Tom Barrack. Okay, Tom Barrack. What is he doing in Paris? Let's just say, what is he doing in Paris? Okay. So then, yeah, I have to find it, guys. I'll find it and I'll post it. Okay. I have to find it. Okay. So because I remember, I think I didn't even mention that on the reading itself. Okay. Because, I didn't mention that in the reading itself, because it was like, oh, so weird. These girls, it was one of those, sometimes, when things repeat, but at the time I was like, oh, so weird. But then I remember in one of those our conversations, somebody mentioned him and said, oh yeah, apparently he was caught with you. There's a story here about him too. So, you know what I mean? So, no, but I feel like Suzanne is asking about the PP tape. I feel like this is going to be something that Putin's going to decide to do on his own. It's not something it's not going to be something that's going to be stealth. It's going to be like, they're going to put it on Russian media. Like, it's going to be very official. I don't think it's something that's going to be like, it's going to be like, oh, look what we found. So, okay. So then now let's go to Sinclair. You saw this story about Sinclair, right? That guy, Boris Epstein. I feel like this is a big deal to Epstein. It's like I said, guys, there's so many people involved in this scheme. It's ridiculous. It's amazing. Okay, that it's still these people. How many people are there? Okay. So, okay. So let me get started. Okay, so let's get started first with what I still have eyeshadow samples. But so what are the world leaders that are there? Let's say Macron and Merkel. What do they know about what's going to happen to Trump? Oh my God, the pedo friend Epstein also in Paris. Jesus, I'm here for a private meeting. Yeah, it's very elite meeting. What is it? Pedophile convention. Yeah. What's her name? No, I'm Epstein. Also Tom Barrack. Yeah. This is a place where you can negotiate your sex tapes. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Somebody who said it. It was Epstein, right? This is what Suzanne is saying. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I have pedo conventions. I'm sorry, guys. Unfortunately, that's true. Okay. So. Oh my God. Okay, let me get started because I'm talking too much. Okay, so what do the world leaders ask for truth and honor the truth? What do the world leaders know about what's going to happen to Trump? Guys, I got this interesting informations that the military, again, the U.S. military comes to rescue and is connected to, I think, NATO, because obviously NATO, right? That's Trump loves to talk shit about NATO, but NATO protects, right? It's this military alliance, basically, right? So it's showing that NATO may be alerted if in case they want to escape. You should see an airplane with its peoples. Yeah, do not let them go. And I feel like they kind of are on alert. They have been in touch because of Russia's aggression. Okay, there's, like I said before, guys, there's a lot going on that we are not seeing. It has to do with these hidden attacks, military stuff related. Okay, so they're collaborating. Okay, the allies and the U.S. Okay, so they know that they've been alerted that it's possible that when it happens, they have to be. It's like a military alert. Okay, there's something that. Okay, has this? What was said to them? Intel, very top level. Yeah, I feel like it's something like but it's not, like I said, this is not coming out of nowhere. There's already stuff happening, behind the scenes with the Russian aggression. Okay, so they're saying that but they're not saying like, oh look, if Trump leaves, what's your airplane? No, they're not saying that. They're using these code terms that watch for the aggression or whatever, because once Trump leaves, they're gonna try to oh, how do I know? Okay, then I'll good to see you. So anyway, so just you know what I mean? It's kind of like they are. Yeah, this is it. Like I feel like, again, there's a sense here that they are prepared for this. They know this could happen, and that. But I feel like they're afraid that once the whole thing flips, that there's some danger. But I feel like the whole thing is going to be unmasked and quickly. It's going to be a different story. Yeah, when it comes out, different, a little different. Okay, so now anything specific do they know? Do they know anything about the Mueller investigation that we don't know? They know that there is a date. They know that there's a date when things are scheduled to happen, or they've been told that there's a kind of a wave of events that may happen. Okay, and that's I think, like I said, they're getting the information not necessarily from Mueller, but from the military, because it has to do with, for some reason, guys, I think it has to do with this sense of gathering, because obviously a lot of the allies are helping with gathering intelligence, and they just kind of alerting them to the fact that there's people trying to leave. Yeah, they may try to leave. Do you know Kushner? Yeah, watch out, huh? So this is what I feel like. For some reason, it's maybe not a date, but I'm sure those things kind of change, but I feel like there's a sequence of events and they are being told. And I feel like when they communicate, it's not like, oh, I think it's time that he's going to go. No, it's just those kinds of things. Okay. But they're aware of what's going on. And, this is the other thing I'm getting, is that the Germans, of course, and the French and a lot of countries, and Switzerland even, remember the Monaco thing, how they got that oligarch? There's a I don't know what it's called, some sort of like a money laundering task force, something like that. Okay, that's already acting. It's already started. Okay, they're already confiscating the financials of these people. They're stopping their businesses. They're stuff like that is happening behind the scenes. It's not happening in public. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so that's that. That's what I think. Okay, so that's it. Now, like I said, the operation in some ways has started, because it starts with stopping. They realize they have to stop these oligarchs. It's the ones that are involved in this. Okay, because I'm sorry to say, guys, don't be scared, but it just sounds like, they see it as a sort of a terrorist organization. These super wealthy people, in some ways, they are acting as kind of helping. It's not terror. Yeah, it is terrorism, because they're, they're kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, right? It's serious what's happening. So that's what I think. Okay, the whole thing is because it's a worldwide conspiracy. This is why they kind of have to act together. The same thing is sort of like, for example, the 9/11. I know I keep saying 9/11, but when 9/11 happened, I'm sure they had all these orders out for people and those kinds of things. They have to find, if there's a call to arrest such and such, they have to find that this person everywhere. Okay, so that's that. Now, that's what they think. Okay, but they see, it's interesting I think from Merkel's perspective. I'm seeing here that she sees it as Russia. Like, she sees Trump as an extension of Russia. She doesn't see Trump as the U.S. It's interesting. She thinks that he's just a Russian stooge. Okay, she doesn't really acknowledge him as a U.S. leader. Okay, and this is why they're so obviously they're close to. They're right there. Russia is right there, and you know, guys, it's so interesting. Now, this reminds me off topic, just a little bit, but relevant. I was in Berlin many years ago, and I remember going to, you know, if you go to the East Berlin, obviously it's, you know, no longer there's no wall or anything, but there was this, remember there's a Russian supermarket right there, like right, you know, and as soon as you cross it, there's like all these, there's supermarkets still in Russian. Isn't that crazy? It used to be huge. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like for her, she sees Trump as part of, she doesn't see him as a US president. She just sees him as a joke, kind of like a, how to explain it? It's a little bit like he's a pop. She sees what it is. It's a theater. That's what it is. Theater, politische theater, like, you know, political theater, whatever. So it's like she, you know, she's very like down to earth. Okay, so she's like, yeah, watch out, bitch. So it's like, it's sort of like, yeah, exactly, an actor, because it's like she thinks like soon we're gonna remove these pathetic people out of like you know, get him out of the job. There was just a wrong, you know. So that's interesting. That's good, because again, they don't see it as a U.S. move. They see it as a Russian move. Okay, so that's interesting. Okay, so then, okay. So then what is, you know, guys, I feel like, so now we're going to move to the Republicans. What are the Republicans doing there? Okay. What are the Republicans doing? You know, I'm sure they, you know, they are kind of have to be, when they call them out, they have to show up. It's not like you have a choice. One boss call, you have to go, huh? Otherwise we release tape. Yeah. So, okay. So what is their, you know, plan? What are they doing there? And what are the Russians telling them to do? And what are they going to do? And when they get to the arrive airport, we have FBI waiting for you. We have a little car, little letter for you. Let's see. Okay, so what are the Republicans doing there right now? So what was that? Okay, guys, so this was interesting because it showed that that they're being told, okay, they have this meeting there, whatever. It's like about changing their strategy, okay? So it's showing that they're saying, look, the Democrats are now in the House. We have to change dramatically. You have to pretend that nothing happened. Don't call attention to yourself. We have to change the strategy. So it's we have to make them look like they're crazy. Okay, so oh wow, that's fantastic. Jen is reading. That's perfect, because well, you know, let me close because I need to let me finish this, because otherwise I get distracted. But I was going to say, so what I was saying here is that they feel like it's interesting because I was not expecting this. I don't know what I was expecting, but they're telling them that they know what's coming. They know that the Russians know that bad stuff is coming for them. And the House Republicans are kind of shocked. They're like, oh, really? Oh, what happened? Oh, so because they're like, look, they got her. Obviously, they don't say everything, but they're kind of telling them, it's not looking good, okay? And now we have to change the direction. We have to change the tactic and wait until it, what happens when things change? Why do they make them go there? Because the tactics are not working. Why do they have to go there? They're threatening them in person. I feel like, guys, in a way, they're saying, this is interesting. I get a sense that they're telling them the chain of command has changed. So there's a way in which they get the information from someone else. Somebody, they're going to have to, there's a way in which, like I said, there's a change in the communication, one. And two, they have to go kind of be on the down low for a bit and just follow. And it's interesting because, like us, when they try to talk, the Russians cut them off because it's like, look, we own you. Who the fuck do you think you are? Kind of thing. Okay. So it's also the urgency. This is like also about the elections that just happened. They're very scared that they haven't found out. Okay. And they're explaining, it's kind of like they're desperate. Okay. On the one hand, because stuff they thought was going to happen didn't happen. Or like I said before, guys, I remember how I saw that I think the FBI or whoever learned about their plans. They kind of got into the systems and stopped them as it was happening. So they weren't able to do everything they wanted to do. So it's kind of like they don't know exactly what's going to happen next. Okay, so they're missing out on information, and there's all these things happening. Okay, they're like talking about the election, how things didn't work quite the way they wanted, and they tried this, then they try that, and they haven't quite flipped the way, and they're very worried that this stuff is going to come out about what they did. Okay, so that's part one. Okay, so then they're telling them you have to now do as you're told and wait until we figure out what's next. It's like the command is elsewhere, guys. You know, isn't that crazy? But that's it. That's what it shows. Okay. And okay, so that's the Republicans. So what happens to them? Just what happens when these Republicans come back to the U.S.? Do they get searched or what happens? I don't know, guys, because I see this image of them kind of, you know, they come out of, I feel like they must have some sort of diplomatic immunity, and also like they can't be searched. But I feel like if somebody greets them at the airport, they're not, because they say they're not expecting it, and they kind of let them know stuff is going to happen. Okay, and for some reason we get a Wednesday. I don't know, guys. It's unclear to me. Right now, let me just finish this question. Kind of want to do cards because I see them being kind of like they arrive, and that they're greeted by somebody, could be from the FBI, and they give them, there's some sort of letter here, but they're not arrested. Okay, so does the U.S. intelligence, the CIA or whatever, like I don't know who monitors this, do they know what's going on and what they talked about? Is this something they're aware of? Yeah, I think all the foreign intelligence gives them this information. Okay, because the Russians are being monitored very heavily, and of course the Republicans are with the Russians. And oh, you're there, really? Okay, so what happens to the Republicans when they come back from their trip? Are they greeted? What happens? Okay, so just quickly. Interesting, because I got these 3 cards, guys. So this is something treachery behind the scenes, right? This is a flight. Look, it's also change, but it's also flight, airplane, and this is public. So the shady trip becomes public. Yeah, really? 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 So, okay, so then will they be indicted? Will they be indicted? What's going to happen when they come back? Will they be indicted as soon as they come back or no? What are the chances? Okay, so oh, interesting. Okay, so this is a card of receiving gifts. Okay, and this is expectation. And then there is this woman here, which usually I interpret as the Russian card. Okay, and then there's another card, prison. So the gift led to prison. So they were expecting gifts, but instead they received prison. Yeah? Oh. Essentially, guys, if you think of the function of the NRA, it's to give the gifts, right? To the contributions, political contributions. So it's possible. I don't know, obviously immediately, I don't know when, but I think it's, Oh, don't cry for me, Argentina. I am a House Republican. I was paid to do whatever Putin wants. I'm a House Republican. I was paid to do whatever Putin wants. What's this? Oh, living room. Secret. Download money. Military. Interesting. So it could be the law enforcement. I have a little conversation. Can you step to the right? Thank you. So, yeah. 2 cards. Important letters for you. I have it. Yeah. Military? I'm military. I have important letter for you. Yeah. Oh my God. Can you imagine? It would be so amazing. Like, I don't know, guys. Honestly, imagine the day when you find out Nunes was indicted. Can you imagine? Nunes. Can you imagine the day when you find out information? I think I'm going to cry. I don't know. I'm going to cry so hard. Oh my God. So no, Connie asked if I said, this was Paul Rand. Was it Rand Paul? Paul Rand. Rand Paul. No. Rand Paul. I also got confused. There's a graphic designer named Paul Rand. So Rand Paul Rand. So, okay, so can you imagine when it's like, oh my God, can you imagine those people? Oh my God, I just can't. So anyway, so that's what it looks like to me, guys. I feel like the day, okay, so tell me the day. Tell me, if it's possible, tell me how they received the news that they're indicted. Okay? Let's look at Jim Jordan. Let's pick him. Let's think, okay, tell me the day when Jim Jordan is indicted. How does this happen? How does it find out this information? Okay, Jim Jordan, here he is. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. I see him kind of like he's kind of on a red-eye flight or something. He's coming back from a long trip, Europe. It's kind of like, oh, whatever. And then he comes like, oh, here's the guy. It's always confusing. No matter how much you travel to go, airports are always a little strange or whatever. Then he's like, they arrive and they're like, Mr. Congressman, just to let you know that tomorrow these indictments are going to be published. So have fun tonight, huh? Something like he's just totally startled, I think. Okay. I don't know. I hope so. I hope so, guys. Oh my God. Sometimes I feel like maybe it's me wanting these things to happen. You know what I'm saying? Well, so yeah, because I see him with a briefcase and like wearing a suit or something, coming back from a trip, like a business trip. And he has information. And then he goes takes a cab. I have Uber. Uber. Interesting, in the sense of, no, it doesn't, it's like, then he goes home. Like they give this news in a way that's totally unexpected and very startling. I hope so. Okay, I don't know, but but anyway, I just wanted to say that the Russians know that things look bad for them. Okay, and that it's not, they have to lay low. I'm gonna pretend I'm gonna lay low. I committed treason. Oh, yeah, I committed treason. But now the Democrats have their house. But now the Democrats have the house. They can, what's that? They can get us kicked out. They can get us kicked out. They can get us kicked out for crimes. They can get us. So anyway, always good to have a little song, to kind of, oh my God. Okay, so then there's another question. Okay, so what will the intelligence services abroad find out about this meeting? What information will they listen in on? Okay, what are they gonna? They're gonna write an assessment. What's gonna be the assessment of the stuff they have? Everything is super bugged. Obviously, the places where all the hotels where the Russians are staying, they probably know this too. Bugged everywhere, in every country. So they have all that information. They're listening in. They're happy. They're talking to Trump about there's like energy, electricity, the flight, the space. Yeah, the space race bullshit. Okay, they want the grid. They want the satellite situation. Okay. So that's the conversation they're having. How far are we on the progress on this? And then, but it's like, they're like, oh, he's kind of, they're yelling at Trump and they're kind of like, well, how far are you into this? How far, whatever. And then they're kind of like, well, but I hope that you get it together because we can no longer wait and give you, we have a lot of, how do they say it? We have such interesting footage. I wish I could show you right now. They're kind of like letting him know that, would you like a PP? Yeah, tapes. Oh, tape. O real são tapes. Would you like we brought on DVD for you to watch? Yeah. So they press play, and there he is. PP. PP tape. Woo. PP tape. So my God. Oh, hello, Jessica. San Francisco. Oh my God, guys! You guys in California is crazy. All the smog, all the crazy, the fires. Oh my God. Okay, so then, oh my God, really, that's kind of interesting. So Democrats, just like I'm tired of them. I don't know. It's just yeah, get them, stop it. Yeah, no, it's interesting because I see here the same thing they're saying. They're telling them again the whole thing about Florida. There's some guys. I feel like there's some sort of center there. There's a center of something there happening in California. And I'm sorry, I'm confused because I see this. I'm gonna just close this because I have to get started. Florida, okay. There's some sort of a Russian center there, like some kind of a secret cell or whatever it is, And they're very concerned that the feds are gonna get to that. And they will. So they're kind of telling Trump, like, you have to stop this. You have to stop it. Otherwise, we're going to be forced to really publish those tapes. So it's like it's at the very last. And I think the whole thing, there's a bust. Something related to the election. This current election may still come out. Okay, maybe another scandal. And that's when the Russians are like, damn it. I said before, there's also the military stuff they're trying to get him to do, but he can't. It doesn't succeed. The military doesn't let him do the space bullshit or whatever military things like he wants to help the Russians out with. So he's in that spot. And also this stuff, he can't stop the election bust. So that's, I think, when Putin, when the whole thing becomes clear. Okay, we know what's happened already, but it becomes clear either in terms of more indictments or something like that, then I think he may release the tape. Okay, how far? Oh my God. He said, Putin is like, I have prepared special Christmas present for you. Yeah? Yeah, I have it. I have it prepared. Yeah. What is it? And I feel like he made a video of like, as if he was something, or it's like on Russian, it's like a mock-up of Russian news. Like, oh, now we have President. Look at him. We have found a very compromising tape of him with the little girls beating I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's horrible thing. We'll have to show you. Be careful. So, but here is President beating girl up, little girl. Look at American horrible. So I feel like maybe it's Christmas present. I don't know, guys. You know, I feel like I'm too. It would be too amazing if that happened. Okay. But I kind of feel like he's not. I'm not joking around. I'm not joking around. So it's just like I'm kind of interested. Okay, tell me. Yeah, I feel like there's two things that are going to happen still until then, until he decides to do it. One is a bigger. Trump is going to get into a bigger fight with the military. Okay, even more. And he's just pushing. He's trying to push them to do these things. Okay, and they're not like they can't be pushed around like the other people. Okay, that he bought or whatever. So it's going to create more conflict. And when the Russians realize that the military is not bulging, they're not moving, they're not doing anything, then it's going to be a problem. And then the whole thing of something is going to come out related to the election is going to explode. You know, something about maybe how more Russian hackers, more something in Floyd. I don't know. And that's when maybe it's Roger Stone. I don't know. That's when I think. Wow. Yeah. Anyway. So just I don't know, fighting the military. I know, it's just like, I don't know, Jessica, if you watched a lot of the videos I've done. I've done several that I don't know if you were on the group already. I don't think I've made them public. Like the Russian, the thing with the military is that the Russians want the airspace. Okay, they want to have access to specific things, and the military is not letting them. Okay, Trump is trying to get. Okay, so this is the big fight with them. Caravan is just propaganda, it's bullshit. Okay, so what really is happening behind this? Because the thing with Trump is I have to think, okay, what is happening behind the scenes? He's always creating a theater that he's going to make publicly as a means to hide what's going on behind the scenes. So what's really going on behind the scenes is that, he's trying to help the Russian military have access to the American, not just the airspace or something related to what is it called? The satellite situation, radars, it's all those things. Okay. So that's that. Okay. All right. Now that's it. And like I said, I feel like, guys, I really believe it. We're towards the very end of Trump here. It's going to get worse. Even he's going to try very radical things, and it's going to, be even meaner and say even more awful things. But it's not going to go, the pressure is not going to leave him, and he's not going to be able to do what he wants. Okay. And once, like I said, the indictments hit and like more stuff, people in his family start to lose things, then it's going to escalate until he goes. Okay. So that's, I think we talked about everything related to him and the Paris thing and the leaders. And I think, and I'm getting this, I'm almost getting a voice here, guys, saying it's Trump's last international meeting. I don't know. His last goodbye. So, okay. Now, what is Tom Barrack doing in Paris? Like if somebody had said that he's airplane, he's going there or whatever. Okay, so what is Trump doing? I mean, I don't know, guys. I say these things and I'm like, oh my God, I just have to say, okay, this is what I'm getting. Since I'm getting it, this is his last trip. Okay, so to Paris, to those. Okay, so now what was Tom Barrack doing in Paris? He flew there. What was he doing there? We have to talk about what's going on. We have to talk about money, the financial stuff, and who knows what. They are trying very hard to find out the information about what came out or not. Okay, and so is Tom Barrack under surveillance? I mean, has he agreed to collaborate with Mueller? What's going on? Yeah, guys, I feel like, I get a sense here that they're saying that they're used Tom Barrack is like, I don't know if he has some sort of hedge fund or financial company. The Russians used him to launder money. Okay, they would deposit money through his company, and that would pay Trump. It's something like that. And now they're like asking him, "Where is the money we gave you?" And at the same time, I believe that he is talking to Mueller, and he doesn't have a choice. Okay, so it's these several things here where the Russians are threatening him. He's kind of trying to tell them what's going on, but not really. Okay, and then I think the U.S. government has offered, the law enforcement has offered protection because obviously, it's not like these people have a choice. It's like if you mess up with the Russians, you die. So at least, if you talk to us, we give you some sort of protection. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not like, oh wow. Okay. Okay. So okay. Jen is saying something about Whitaker. Now, another question I have, because guys, I saw him kind of fading away. Okay. So my question is, will the big indictments, simple question, will the big indictments come up before he starts to really take control, try to change things? That's okay. Will indictments be unsealed before he starts wanting to take control of finding out important information, or no, or we, okay. So tell me about the time. I'm just see. I'm gonna choose an indictment. Let's say a letter, image of a letter, and when he comes in and starts to find out that big information. How soon are we gonna get the big letters? Okay, he's gonna start in his office, his new role, and guys, I kind of feel like I see him at a meeting over there, saying he's taking over and then at the same time, while he's having this meeting, like a morning meeting, then the bombs go off, which is that to say that those things kind of are made public. But I don't know, because it's like if you took over, like how do you, okay, let me just ask this directly. So then how is this going to fly with him? I mean, we know he's a criminal. He's committed all these, he's also a shady person. He's had all these fraud situate things that he's done before. But how is this going to be okay to unseal these indictments? Why, you know what I mean? Because how is this going to happen? What is the justification? What has Rosenstein told him, if he has told him anything? Okay, so yeah, I feel like he's saying, "Don't worry, it's just a few indictments, something related to it." He's just gonna have to. Can they? Okay, once these indictments are published, can they be stopped? They already were sent to the thing. Okay, so. Yeah, I'll show you guys. Okay, so this is interesting. Just a few cards here. Okay, so this is heartbreak, but it, like upside down to me usually means blackmail or pressure ending. And this is the shady people, the mob. The like. I think this is probably Whitaker is one of them. Now this is Griffin adversity, opposition, long-term problems, and losses. Okay, so. Okay. Now, what's interesting here is like that this is the top is very negative, right? So it's pressure and ending to connected to these people here, which are the shady, the criminals, right? Then we have here grief and adversity, opposition, and then losses. Now, and then, but at the bottom here we have the family. I think this is also could be the country. Okay, this is enjoyment, or the country is joyful. Okay. There is a deal of some sort. Okay. Then we have hope. This is interesting, right? This is a card of hope. There's an ending, and then the good fortune. Now, what I think this means is that there's already a deal in place about these people. Okay. So the ending brings joy, and this pressure leads to happiness, and there's grief and adversity and the return of hope, and there's opposition and an ending. Okay, you know what I mean? So we're happy that the end comes, and this is the end means good fortune. So I am interpreting this to mean, guys, that because I could it be that the first row is about what this guy Whitaker is going to do, but I don't really. Yeah, I feel like what I understand here is that a lot of it's like a giant, I don't know, a giant, what do you call it? Like a avalanche, a whole, like a huge thing has just killed them all. You know what I mean? And it can't be stopped. So yeah, so I'm just getting some more cards here, and yeah, it's suggesting to me here that, yeah, again, just see here. Okay, so yeah, so let's look at it again. So this is the person who has tantrums. It's very upset, okay? And because what comes out is a shady money that's stolen, right? This is quid pro quo about stolen money. And then the deal they made, and there's a deal here. And this is such a daughter that's the law and justice found it, okay? So this is it, okay? Again, this would suggest the theme that we have been seeing over and over again, that there's a sense that the ending is, this is the end, my only friend at the end, right? So yeah, this is what because don't you think, guys, imagine if I can't even imagine what it must be like to be Mueller, because Mueller, obviously so intelligent. It's not like, imagine if Mueller was so basic, they'd be like, oh, he came in, I guess we're gonna have to do what he wants. Right? I'm sure he's a lot smarter than that. But what I see here, whatever happens, is crushing. It's like a huge, massive crushing thing. Okay? So, okay. I'm just thinking, okay, so just trying to. So what will Matt Whitaker's role be in the Justice Department? Okay, let's just figure it out. So how long is he going to be there? How will his role in relationship to the, oh, look, he's tied up. Oh, looks great for him. Something becomes known. Okay, so the prison crimes, really, for him. Oh, interesting. This is young women, but also youthful mistakes. So stuff he's done in the past when he was younger create problems for him. Oh, this is shady marriage, right? So he has many problems himself. What is this? Oh, this is worry. Like, again. This is something recognition, but also the put. So everything is going to come out, guys. That's what it looks like. Okay, he's tied up because everything is coming out about him. Okay, about him and also about the Russia stuff, I think. So is he going to end up doing anything to hurt Mueller? Well, this is a victory of somebody. Oh, stability. Victory of stability. Oh, letter. Yeah, little letter. Coming. Worry. Okay. Court. And then here we have worry again. Yeah, I feel like, guys, what I sense here again, is that yeah, it's just my sense here is that really it's kind of like faster than trying to think of something like it's like, for example, if you ever caught this like very heavy rainfall, very, very heavy, well, an umbrella doesn't do it. It's sort of like it's like, for example, there's a flood and you're going to go out with an umbrella. You're going to hope that umbrella is going to help you. No. You know what I mean? It's kind of something like that. Like it's totally the magnitude of what's about to hit is, no, but I think Jenna is not so easy. Okay. No, I don't think it's not so simple. Okay. Yeah. So yes, it's not just it's really intense. What I see here is just like he can't stop it. Because imagine it would have been too easy if it's so simple like that. So, and they're saying here the FBI already sent him the message that he's actually under investigation. How could somebody who's under investigation take over the, right? So that's what I think. I mean, obviously, I could be wrong, but yeah, that's my sense. Because in actually, the sense that I saw here, what is describes you, whatever comes. Is totally buries everything. It's not gonna be, guys. This is why I've said before. It's like the sense that what comes next is extremely serious. Yeah, yeah. So that's right. Suzanne is here. Whitaker is not in charge of stage. Is exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, how could you? I don't know. So anyway, guys. So this is the sense. It's like he's totally immobilized. Okay. And the sense I've been getting about him for a long time is that he's just a fluke. The only thing that it's just because he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna, kiss his ass and get far. But it's like he's messed with something very serious. Okay. So it's like it's much bigger than he is. He's just like a pawn. He's just like, okay, so he's kind of crazy. Okay, so all right, so wow. Okay, so it's interesting here, guys, because I see before. Yeah, I think so. This is good. Suzanne saying somebody else who said yeah, I feel like I just don't sense that what's coming is huge. Okay. And I'm getting, for some reason, I'm looking at the question here I had written about Tom Barrack. I get the sense that the oligarchs are going to be hit much harder. Okay. Than we even know. So it's going to be a lot of stuff hitting a lot of people. And it's really very serious. Okay. So, okay. So now, okay. Let me just drink. I'm just thinking, guys. Yeah, exactly. Okay, exactly. Yes, like an avalanche. Whitaker is just being swept up. All of the shit's coming up. Yeah, so this is the sense I got. Is like nobody is really prepared. This criminal is not prepared for what's coming. Okay. So then, okay. Now, I don't know if you guys have other questions about this, but I have the question. Should I still do the Sinclair broadcasting and that guy, Boris Epstein or whatever? Should, right? Just in case, because he's the kind of character that I probably would never do a reading on him just because he's not, yeah. He has a mason jar, because there's in Brooklyn, New York, there's all these hipster places that a long time ago, I'm not when I was young, whatever. Everybody drinks everything in mason jars. Okay. So it's cool. Yeah. I love jar. It's a great idea. Everybody has iced coffee in mason jars. Brooklyn, yeah. So anyway, so not to say that Brooklyn is actually in many ways more expensive than Manhattan sometimes, but whatever. Long story. Now let's do Sinclair. Okay, so what is Sinclair? And by the way, guys, when maybe a year ago even, they were in a better position, but there was a merger. Remember, there was a merger they wanted to do, but it didn't go through. So it kind of killed the vibes. It really didn't go through. It didn't go through the way they wanted to do it. Okay, but still, I want to know what's in the important question here, guys. He's like, oh no, it's not Coke, moonshine, moonshine. Yeah, I'm an alcoholic. No, I'm not alcoholic. I don't drink. So, no. So, okay, not to say that if a person who drinks alcohol is an alcoholic, but it's just like a joke. Comparison. So, okay, so let me find out about this guy Boris. What's his relationship to Sinclair? Okay, so Boris, Boris, tell me what you're doing. You know, it's interesting. I'm asking. He's like, I was living my life, and they offer me great business opportunities. I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna say no to them. So he's kind of like this big guy, and he's just like, no, it's just, yeah, they offer me opportunities, and I went with it because he drinks. This is why I have to close the window. I get distracted. So he this guy Boris. Basically, so he speaks perfect Russian. He has a Russian passport. I remember reading this. He has a Russian passport, even, and he is kind of. He shows me that he has this, and it's telling me that this is very common. They kind of, how do I explain it? It's kind of like he keeps going. He pretends that there's nothing wrong. It's like, oh, I'm just living my life. I'm just doing my thing. I'm just trying to help some brothers out. Okay, so it's a very trying to think this. It's almost like he's a lobbyist. Okay, probably the closest thing is a lobbyist, like somebody's paying you and you're pushing their ideology. So what he's doing is that he's kind of seeing where it goes. Like, yeah, I'm just kind of flexible, da da da, and he is waiting to be called. Like, and I feel, guys, when didn't really say much. Okay. Okay, so what is it doing at Sinclair? Sinclair wants to be the premier broadcasting network for the conservative. They want to compete with Fox, and they want to compete on a smaller scale. And they love him because he brings in the propaganda, right? He pushes. They're like, wow, he really knows his stuff, man. So the Russians give him the info. He belongs to these. I've said before, he gets the talking points, he pushes them, and he creates these segments and how he explains how television should be run. And it's kind of like the modeled on RT, the Russian television or whatever. And is there a chance that he could be talking to Mueller? What's the deal here? No, because this is what's interesting, is that it's all under cover of business. It's all saying, no, we're here to, to do a business deal. And this is not, it's like, it's explaining to me here that he could very well still have this and kind of have a normal life. One thing doesn't stop the other. Okay, so it's kind of interesting that, and from his perspective, he could just it's like the spy thing. It's almost like undercover. Like I said, if things go his way, he comes out. If things don't go his way, he goes back to being a businessman. That's how he sees it. Okay, so how does Mueller see this guy? This is one of those Russian spies. There's a bunch of people here right now who are living in the US and doing work for the Russians under the guise of all kinds of things. And so we're going to arrest these people. It's a national security issue, and we have evidence. We have all this, conversations in Russian with the Russians, and this is the guy. He does a lot of messaging. He does but there's something related to money transfers here. Also, they all do in some way. Their businesses are always kind of how do you say it? There's something about the books or the P&L is always a little strange. So they look at the books and they can see their bank accounts. There's just something always where the money can't be explained and it's a little shady. And but this guy, he's trained and he's very competent, and he doesn't think Okay, so then he just doesn't think anything. Like to him, it's like very normal. Okay, so now I want to think. Okay, this is the thing. How do I see this? How do I do this? Let's find out what's gonna happen to him. Okay, what's the deal? What's happening with this guy? Let's see the cards, because this stuff is a little, judgment. Really? Oh, devil. Justice. Really interesting. Oh no, painful. Really? This is painful for you, Boris? Do you believe his name is Boris? It's not a stereotype. My name is Boris. It's not a stereotype. I am Boris. Interesting. How about this? So this is obviously this seat connected to money. This is usually the Muller card, guys, in tarot. Okay, Muller judgment, and then painful ending. Not for. Okay, but let's see here. Okay, let's see more. I'm kind of curious about this. Oh no, guilty. Now this is interesting because it shows this is the value of the old men are guilty. So it's kind of like he's part of the people who connect to the values. This is news as an opportunity for the loyalist. The loyalist money is guilty. There's all these things that suggest that he is like this. Okay, so enemy. He's an enemy. Posed as he is working for the goals of the enemy. The shady baby is here. Shady baby. There he is, shady baby. And he worked for them. Fake friend, have business soon, the shady baby. Oh no, look, yeah, this is the Gran Signore upside down. So the scheme is uncovered, and he worked for the scheme. Yeah, he was a sort of a man for this informations. Yes, coming to prominence, marriage, money, donations, change. There is a change, yeah? Really? Oh, look, false person. Private communications know that he has a marriage here, and this is the Justice Department is listening into the deal that he has. So he is under investigations. This is man here under him. This is the guy. This is the man here, and he's a false, right? He's a traitor. And this is there's meetings. Okay, so there's evidence here. Anything I have missed? Oh, this one here. Oh, military attack, hidden attacks. So, yeah. Oh my god. So, anger, not the time. So, yeah, guys. So, I feel like, is he going to go to prison? What's the deal? Okay, so I kind of feel like okay, let's see. Okay, so is he gonna go to prison, this guy? Yeah, I feel like it's interesting because it's not super clear here, but it says he's an adulator, right? So he kisses the ass of Trump, and then there's sadness, there's malinconia because of him. He's been doing this for a long time. And this is secret, right? That there's I feel like this is the operation of creating influence towards Trump and his people, and there's the hope, right? So they have the secret goals, and then there's this messages. So they caught the messages that he was saying that he's been cultivating Trump for a long time, or the Trump crew, okay? And that was his job, okay? So then we have absence. So he has to leave. He's no longer there. Really? Why? What happened? Does he go to jail? This is, again, this conversation of shady people. This is Trump, right? So conversations related to Trump, fight and aggression. Oh, this is Justice Department. Victory, okay? So victory of the Justice Department. So where will he end up then? Let's see if we can find out. This is the White House, okay? White House. That's a bad message, really? That's a bad message for you. Yeah. Work, okay? So this could also be that he was a messenger to the White House, or that there's something, obviously he had that TV job, okay? Election, okay? So secret aggression about the election, if we look at it this way. This is foreign power, right? The Russians. And then here, beginning of putting the plan together. So yes, I would think that they're saying no more. I don't recall. Yeah. So you miss it, huh? You miss it. No, but this is interesting, guys. So this is what I understand. Okay. Yeah, I think it's very possible that I thought this guy could be, but to me it's weird because he's both extremely blatant, but also part of the whole, remember how he worked in the Trump administration until around the time that, what's his name, left. Remember there was Ezra Watney Cohen, and then this guy, and then Flynn. I think very early on he left because it was like he was in danger of being found out. So I feel like it has to do with the messaging and all that. So yeah. So okay. So then tell me about this more. Okay. So what happens to Sinclair? So Sinclair is exposed as having received Russian money, and there was connections. Yeah. So I feel like there's something here, something connected to them as well. Okay, like in the sense of they're exposed as like the whole thing with those. It's when it shows also that the main thing here is that the government gets them by, what do you say it? Listening on their conversations and all that. Okay, so no, I'm sorry, money. So there's the money. Money is everything. So whoever gets the shady money from all these oligarchs, all these accounts, they're in very serious trouble. So it's sort of like, I mean, guys, it's weird because if it was like a common, like, let's say that, imagine somebody stole a car and you're like, oh, you got a stolen car, cool, I'm gonna, thank you, that's so great, I'm gonna drive it. If they, it's like, but it's so much bigger, the scale of things much bigger. So it's like, oh, so you got a stolen car and you decide to drive it, you accept it, and it's stolen, and don't you think it's a problem? So anybody who accepts is stolen, you know what I mean? So it's very big. And also this guy worked in the Trump campaign and all that. So remember that, what was this show, the one was like the Planet of the Apes? So anyway, so so that's that, guys. Okay, yeah, that's it. Okay, so for tonight, I'm just thinking, guys, it's interesting because I have a sense, everything tells me here that I feel like it's coming down. Okay, I don't feel like Trump can really stop things anymore. It's going to get worse, okay, in terms of the like what the news, you know, they really are going to try. I'm sure they're going to try to be like, oh, North Korea is going to start a war, or there's always the same thing, okay? And so, but I just get a sense that Trump's behavior is going to get, you know, it's going to be terrible, terrible. Nobody, you know, we shouldn't expect much from him, but and that stuff's going to go down, and it's just like it's going to be very chaotic, okay? But I think ultimately, it's like, you know, I really keep getting the sense that the worst, that things have already happened behind the scenes, and that it's only a matter of time. Okay, feels forgotten. Yeah, but I feel like Donna. Yeah, you know what? I have to do the net. Let's see tomorrow. I'm going to look into this. Okay, what's happening with the kids at the border. Because it's the kind of thing, guys, I've said, remember how I remember seeing this, that it's only going to stop when Trump leaves. Because nothing, you know, they can't be, it seems like they can't stop it. We can't stop it until the administration comes to a halt. Okay, and then the kids are freed because it's, yeah, there's just a lot of stuff is going to come out. So anyway, so that's that, guys. Okay, I'm gonna stop here for now. Is that right? Yeah. No, I know, Donna. It's like it's terrible, but it's like I don't understand. I think some of it stopped, but it's yeah, I like I said, you know, they have to take the whole thing down. It's not gonna. I think this stuff, you know, they try to do things behind the scenes. They try to do. They're extremely evil, okay, and they just try to do everything they can, okay. So it's only really gonna stop. I'm just saying, telling like it is, okay. It's only really gonna stop once the entire administration is gone, you know, because it's all about trying to get away with all these like racist things. That's really, let's get real. That's what they want. That's the only thing they stand for, really, right? So, yeah, don't think, you know, guys, let's not be negative, okay? Like, I still think that there's ways that they can be reconnected. It's just like they, yeah. But I have to focus on this on another reading, okay? I don't want to get like, yeah. It's really it's horrific on many levels. You know, we're only going to find out when they are all gone, because there, you know, as long as there's these channels, as long as there's all these threats, and it's interesting because he's like, oh, threatening journalists, and it's like that should not even be reported. You know, I mean, but then people pay attention to what he says, and it's like it keeps, instead of focusing on the crimes he's committing, it's like, oh, he said such and such. Oh, did he? Oh, he was like that. He said that. Like, who cares what he's like? What he's doing is really harmful, and that's the part that we're gonna find out once he finally leaves. You know, it's like we don't even know the half of it. Okay, and that's why, you remember how the whole thing about like we're gonna be so shocked and so upset. Okay, when the whole thing happens. So that's that. Okay. All right. So that's that, guys. Okay. So that's it. Tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow I'll do 7:30. Okay? All right, 7:30 tomorrow, and I'll look into the kids tomorrow, okay, with some advance. And yeah. Exactly. Shock news of the day, exactly. So all right. Okay, guys. So I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay, yeah, Eastern time. 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Okay? All right. Okay. Bye. Good night.